Wild Spidey Moments, Part 24. Comment an interesting Spidey fact that you think others may not know. Last we left off, Mr. Popchick was mugged. The thieves walked, thanks to Daredevil. The Sin Eater has claimed the lives of a police captain, an honorable judge, a holy priest, and many other innocents. A sick man accidentally impersonates the serial killer and threatens the Daily Bugle. By the end, we learn the Sin Eater's real identity is Sergeant Stan Carter, former agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's still at large and may just take the life of Betty Leeds, Spidey's first love and longtime colleague. Betty fights with all she has against the Sin Eater, who reveals why he took all these lives. He exclaimed, "I wanted Jameson because he opposed mass vigilantes. I took out the priest because he opposed capital punishment. The judge coddled criminals. And I started with that Gene DeWolf because I felt like it. If I can't have Jameson, I'll leave a message with you. You can deliver it when you see him in the afterlife." With that, Mrs. Leeds stabbed him with a letter opener, and Spider-Man came crashing through the window, jumping on the Sin Eater like an animal, beating him past unconsciousness and near death for all he has done. Lucky for the criminal, Daredevil arrives and tries to stop Spidey. Pete has had enough of Matt going soft on criminals this entire story. The two duel it out through the streets and parks of New York. Daredevil eventually riles Spidey up to the point he's able to take him out, but not with ease. By the end of it, Dee Dee is left wondering if Pete feels too much, or if he himself feels too little. Later, we're given backstory to Stan Carter, the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent turned police sergeant turned serial killer. He was part of a S.H.I.E.L.D. program that experimented with some kind of improved version of PCP, which gave the user immense strength but drove them to insanity. After the program was shut down, he was kicked out and started work for NYPD, but when his partner died, he finally cracked and began his spree. Due to this added context, the New York DA decides to send Carter to Rikers Island, where he can be monitored by mental health specialists and possibly be released in a year. This sends the city of New York into a rage. A mob forms attempting to lynch Carter during his transfer. Daredevil tries to step in and stop them all, but gets overwhelmed by the crowd. Pete is beginning to walk away as he hears Matt call out his actual name. "Spider-Man! Spider-Man! Pete!" Reluctantly, Spidey swings into action, taking down the rioters and saving Carter and Daredevil along with him. Carter is sent off to Rikers, and the two heroes get to know each other a little better. It's important to note this is actually kind of the first time that they really sit down and talk. Daredevil was able to sense who Peter was, probably through his heartbeat or his smell. To make it even, Daredevil revealed his identity to the wallcrawler as Matt Murdock, blind attorney at law. Kind of similar to something we've been lucky enough to see in live action. As the two heroes are talking, the phone rings. It's Aunt May with some bad news. Apparently after all that's happened, Mr. Popchick, the old man who was assaulted at the beginning of the story, started carrying his pistol with him for protection. He was being taunted on a train by 3 thugs and shot them all, later turning himself in to the police. Lucky for him, Daredevil overhears and offers to assist. Pro bono, of course. Well, my friends, that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did. It can be weird and kinda sad to see how violent Spidey can get with the symbiote attached. I'm just glad Dee Dee was there to remind him that the city needs him to be a hero, and that means everyone in the city, even criminals. Somehow, stories like this are able to make me even more excited for the release of Spider-Man 2, where I think we'll see something kinda similar, where Pete just goes on a rampage, or even has a fight with Miles, and he's there to basically tone him down, or try to keep him centered. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Keep in mind, guys, I will be doing an unboxing of Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition when it comes out October 20th.